Hey everybody, hope your day's going well. Rumors spreading round that same old town, but now I might be mistaken. No, I just wanted to sing that. Maybe. Listened to YouTube last night. That was really good. And some of the things I heard is in the next song I'm working on. It was kind of so odd. Anyhow, wasn't going to come on here. I was going to continue on that song at this time, but a song keeps hitting my head, and for whatever reason, part of it I can gravitate to myself. And right now, with a lot going on in the world, there are groups and families and places and things and nature where there's always suffering, and lots of it in the world, and it's not hard to find. It's getting easier by the moments. But well, let's go basic. We've all known or seen the household where, if somebody there are not happy. And I'm saying this because I think I've lived it too. I had a business and I always bit off a lot. Always ran with week to week stuff, even if I had employees or whatnot at a certain time in life. Yeah, and I can remember that if I'm feeling so stressed that I'm nearly losing it, and if the people around me that work with me and stuff, if they don't look as almost as concerned as me, well, that's a problem. And that's part of the wiring, and maybe it's ego, maybe it's just immature, so whatever it is, that same thing applies in every category, and until we can go inward and work on that. But anyways, this song that keeps hitting my head, but you can see where if others aren't feeling happy and they think somebody who's smiling happy, it just irks them, and it makes them think something's wrong with them, why you don't feel all the heavy burdens and stuff that you seem to carry. So it's perspectives in so many ways. I'm trying to teach and help people to the best I know, and there's others doing a really good job. I hear truth talkers out there over politics, over all kind of things, so those who wrote knowledge, and as perhaps even Gnostics in a couple thousand years back, and all through the era, knowledge, those who are actually writing truths and facts, because we learn more every day, and we all have to be willing to upgrade here and there. I don't know why I say that until things are different on my mind when I'm standing here looking at this, I can't see my camera hole because of the light. It's bright in front of this window. Did get to see a cardinal. I tried to talk to it, but it didn't work out. You know how it goes. I did my cardinal. They got a few, and we're a little above freezing, so the birds have been enjoying some water that's above 0 degrees Celsius. Perfect temperature that it could be usable for them without it refreezing. But this song is, I believe it's George Jones. I think it has to be. But I might be mistaken. See if I can recall it and get it in my head and try to sing a little of it. Why not? Who's gonna fill those shoes? Who's gonna stand up tall? Who's gonna play at the Opry or the Wabash Cannonball? Who's gonna give their heart and soul to get to me and you? Oh, I wonder who's gonna fill those shoes. But anyways, what a good song. And we'll have a lot of people that still do like, hey, we need a world that actually knows what's, is it up now? Is it down? Couldn't resist it. In, out, or around, every mind alive. It's got to have a little divide. Unified mind on one topic. That's different. That's a group. And in a group, if there's, whoever won the pissing contest and is at the top, he's got the group goes with that as a rule. And if not, then, there's the way it goes. Truth should set you free with peace of mind and unity. And no, obviously my mind's not. You can ride at peace, actually. And so when you take all the troubles, they can peak and become critical when they go over that wrong direction line. But when the wars, the sadness, the fires, the heartbreak, there are a lot of heroes in that and wonderful stories, but that don't make it easy for those suffering. Sure don't make it easy for them. But I think if you took those who are going through it, suffering, hoping, where's my way? Where's my way? How am I gonna lost everything? All right, so I doubt if they all voted, including those in the wars, if they really had a moment to think about it, maybe in the heat of it, yeah, I want everyone in this world to be as upset as I am right now. Do you think they would vote that way if they had a day to think of it? No, they would say no. If somebody can be happy somewhere where they ain't going through this crap, please do. That's how it should be. So keep smiling. Anyhow, just some thoughts hitting a little bit. Yeah, that's the beauty of it is I don't, especially, if you've paid attention, know anything about me, then I probably don't think like any other individual in the whole world. Not exactly. How could I, really? And then how could I know if I really did? Even if we locked in and agreed on something, you can say, yeah, I agree with that 100%. But keep listening or whatever, because we're individuals and things should divide off when they divide off. But that shouldn't mean, man, they don't think like me, and go scared, hide, and, take in, mentioned that the other day, a diversification of information is something that we really should do, because no matter, you can take any subject and the lengths and the breadths that you could learn into it are fascinating. And so if you did that and you go far enough, it merges with everything else, and it starts to see the connectedness into any thing you could think of to do that's useful to the whole planet. in any way that I mean that. I think I said from my first song that I wrote it with infinity in mind. I wrote it with mind wide open. And that irritates people when they're trying to expand their thoughts outside of whatever. And if they're so sure, then they should know the how to. Here's my cap of this group I'm in, this whatever, and then at the top of that cap, you should always be ready to make a defense for yourself, for the hope that you have in you. A scripture, of course, you'll recognize, but, well, that's true. And when you do that and you think, oh, this is good enough because I can't pop over those caps, I don't know about that. I'm scared of the devil stuff. I'm spooked of learning anybody else's ways. Why? Well, they don't want you looking into it. In fact, they wouldn't let you because for fear you'd stray away. You know, better keep that bird cage shut tight for fear they'll stray away. But knowledge does help, just as the world gets smarter with technology and all the things they can do. It causes us to evolve like technology is doing, or it can be the manipulations used by it can be something that we can't catch up to either, or could be used against. So you just never know. But hope all of you are having a good one. And so yeah, there's no one I fully would agree with everything they say and do. Well, in a church about how you couldn't admit that you're off from this or that, including each of all the religions I've been in. If you did, you'd be going through it with instructions from elders or something. But I don't know where I was going with that. The reason there's giant differences when one thinks about it, and some systems, like the religions, you're kind of capped. You go by those rules, and then they really don't go by them rules, but they teach them as if these are these rules, and then some try to go by those rules and keep getting resaved every time they mess up. I went and prayed again, and went to the altar. Even under those limitations, sorry, I keep going. Thoughts spreading wide. Trying to think where I was going. I know what I just said, but I'm trying to think where I was leading off with that. Oh well. But wished I could re-get that. Yeah, but as far as individually agreeing with others, in those kind of systems, you just can't hardly, you have to stay in that tight realm of that, and which also restricts learning and knowledge. And then there's fundamentals. If you take things that were written as allegories as true in statement, where donkeys talk and snakes talk, and if everything in there is literal, and then hard to, I suppose it's hard to convince people, in that. So I did it, and there were people almost as blatant, and I couldn't see it, and trying to help and in a way, but seems I'm in a good position to. Who's gonna fill those shoes? and I'm just one individual stating my opinion. So if it bothers somebody that bad, then that's kind of, well, whatever that's bothering you is where maybe you might have to check yourself, go inward a little bit and say, why does that bother me? It's not if I smile and I say, man, life went how it went for me. It is what it is. It's whatever. It's how it is for you. So if another is able to, I carry a smile, all my burdens and whatnot, and the things the people I miss, the children I miss, the whatever, I know, integrate it and live in a way that I have much more to live for in this world, no matter what. Life itself is a treasure that one should cherish and not complain about. That's my opinion. So with that in mind, and you see what is happening, it's funny and it's not funny at the same time. So and the hatred's gonna have to depart. That was part of it when I was mentioning the groups, so what they do, if you have someone who's a group top down, this is what we believe. We haven't looked further since thousands of years. We're following the same thing. We haven't looked outside of that cap. So what will they do to everyone else in the world in their mindset? They're the others that depends on, if they're going with the Christianity religion, they're all Satan's in his control. They're worldly. They're because you believe that Bible word for word is come from God and not pieced together, by men who had agendas. So, so when you speak of others that way, just like I'm doing now, I know that I am casting spells. I'm a powerful spellcaster because spellings, it's words being said. That's why so many people are evil witches and they think, I'm not a witch. And they say the horriblest things sometimes. And they cast spells against people. And words are powerful. So not infallible. I might be mistaken on something, whatever. But anyhow, I guess those were some points that felt like saying once I pushed that button. Yeah. But I've appreciated who I have heard, and that's the other difference. In the group like that, one's do or die within reason. That's what they teach you, because it's fear-based. The others can be too, and it depends on what groups. But hard to get out of there because they will mistreat you when you disagree with them. It's a low vibing mentality, but that's what'll happen. From unhealed people. But and in those groups, they can do a lot of damage with their witchcraft, with their spell work, with their spelling, with even God spell, gospel. Yeah, we might need some spooky do. And even someone else I trusted to try to do, their best to, but he's in one lane, and like many others, when you cap yourself here or there, this is, and if they expanded information, they could integrate what they're teaching into the whole world. But sometimes greed, or who knows why, I'm not saying someone that I'm not calling out no one for that. The chip's going to fall where they may. But my infinity written songs, they cause all of that. People hear this lyric that leaves it for who are you? Where are you? What are you? What are you thinking when you hear that? I go through, I have top reasons on all my lyrics, and then a whole bunch of others I know that it fits in sometimes infinity of ways. And that's not bragging, that's just how it's going. I appreciate the people I've been listening to and chiming in on. I'm grateful that they let me do that. Someday when we're rolling with a little in a better situation, I want to contribute, because out of all those other groups, the ones with the caps, at least with the ones who I've been listening to, they will still say take what resonates, So, and that's a big difference. That's dangerous for everybody, because people's own minds but they tell you, and you don't cram things. And I'm not endorsing all kinds, because people say this, that, I don't know about this, fortune telling. How's this going to be for, maybe there's those that know more than I do, so I don't discard them either, or say that it's BS, because, my shell's right here, I can still kick it, I'm just, little bitty baby blue. And I know it's important to talk to yourself well, and I think it's teaching strategies. It was comforting, it's still comforting to me to hear all my songs. Comforts me, and I feel good about them. And from all I could tell is most people seem to hate mine or something, but I gotta know better. I might be mistaken. Taking things a step at a time. Yeah, I'd say I commented on the Earth yesterday, and in my head I also saw, when I see in those tides, perhaps invention started by that, because those tides are cleaning the oceans, and we're working on things, that bunch of stuff happening. And but a washing machine on agitation, it'll be and that works to clothes clean. So the same idea, the spongy brains and the moisture, and somebody might have thought of the agitation and that back and forth. Maybe they thought of that from the tides of the ocean. I don't know. The mind can go on some of those things, and that's where I don't know. Well, this probably went long enough. I'm seeing, looks like almost 25 something. And so anyhow, if you listen to this, hope you have the best day you can, and I'll catch you later. Bye.